Καλησπέρα φίλες και φίλοι. Αλέξιος Ντόνας, απόδημος Παλμός, εδώ σήμερα από το στούντιο του I Love Πατρίδα. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ τους παράγοντες του στούντιο, τον κύριο Τζόναθον Κωνσταντίνου.
Ευχαριστούμε και εμείς, Αλέξη, είσαι ένας πραγματικός φίλος. Έχουμε πορευτεί πάρα πολλά χρόνια μαζί, έχουμε κάνει αρκετά πράγματα και ελπίζουμε να κάνουμε πολύ περισσότερα.
Τώρα θα μου επιτρέψετε όμως, επειδή το θέμα είναι αρκετά σοβαρό, να μπούμε γρήγορα στο θέμα μας. Το θέμα μας είναι η Συρία, είναι ο χριστιανισμός της Συρίας, οι μειονότητες, η δύσκολη κατάσταση στη Συρία, η καταπίεση και η εθνοκάσαρση η οποία γίνεται αυτή τη στιγμή στο συριακό έδαφος. Θα ξεκινήσουμε τώρα στα αγγλικά, διότι ο καλεσμένος μας δυστυχώς δεν ομιλεί τα ελληνικά πολύ καλά. Λοιπόν, I will switch very quick to English. Tonight, I have the pleasure to welcome here with me the president of the Hellenic chapter of the Republicans overseas, Mr. Jonathan Constantinou, and the president of the Greek Levantan Association, Mr. Rafael Issa, from online from Sweden with us. Jonathan?
Well, Syria is an open sore to humanity. It's the hotbed of ISIS. That's where all the conflict has been carried out for the last several years. Unfortunately, now the conflict has changed character because we have apart from Iran that was backing it, now we have a new state backer, Turkey. So I'm going to let Rafael Issa give us the latest news, and I'll be back towards the middle and the end with questions because I would like to follow up on my visit to Syria in the summer.
Rafael, the ball is in your side of the court. Please tell us a
Thank
bit
you.
what is happening on the ground right now. What are the new informations from Syria?
It's the continuous chaos, lawlessness. To be honest, not much has improved in the last year, at least for the minorities. I can't speak for the majority people, but the minorities are not experiencing anything improved at all over the past 15 years, take it in total. I've been in contact with some friends on the coast. They tell me it's a chaotic situation. I hear different things from Damascus. There it seems to be more under control, but I think everyone views it from their region. Let's just say that Syria is far from united and under control, if you want to summarize it.
Yes, we heard some rumors about Al-Golani, and there were some things that are very strange. He was injured, not injured. What was this fuss about? What is the information you're getting from the people in Syria?
Well, internet is a good growing ground for rumors, but they released pictures of him with Ursula von der Leyen, I think yesterday or the day before. So apparently he's not injured, but the rumors were that Iran tried to assassinate him, and he was attacked in the palace. But there's no serious sources to confirm anything of that sort.
Yes. I know about a report that you are trying to finalize now in the these days, I think, together with Christina, if I'm right, from Canada. She is also Orthodox Christian, and she's representing also the Alawites of the region. I think when will this report ready, and what is included in this report? Can you tell me a bit more for our viewers?
The report is supposed to portray and document all the atrocities happening towards the minorities. It's mainly in the coastal area. So, as you remember, in March we had a lot of serious events taking place in the coast. But There's been in other places too where media hasn't reported on it. So we thought that we can document all of it into one document to be shared so it doesn't stay in the hiding. We need to expose this to the world. And we are supposed to finish it, but it seems alive because the atrocities continue even today. So we can never put a lid on it. Even if we finish it today, we have more information to add to it next week.
All right. Jonathan, you
Yes.
see,
The thing is, just for the continuity of the show, we have to explain the various ethnicities who are present in Syria. We have the Alawites. There are Muslim, but not I would like a little bit more info on that. They're not radical Muslims who are mainly gathered on the Levantine coast with the Mediterranean. The next big minority, which I was there in summer, are the Druze. The Druze are let's say, a schismatic Muslim tribe. We're very friendly with Israel. Many of the Druze fighters are actively in the IDF. Now, that's in the very southern tip between the Israeli border, that is Mount Hebron, and Damascus. You have to remember that in terms of geography, Damascus is almost right next to Israel, very far away from Turkey. And then you have the big the largest population minority, who are the Kurds. And the Kurds have been fighting together with America under the SDF banner, Syrian Democratic Forces. And currently, the Syrian government has an agreement, in theory, in paper, that supposedly the SDF will cooperate with the Syrian National Forces. But the problem is that the Syrian National Forces are completely infiltrated by ISIS, as we saw lately, with the murder of two American servicemen and a local interpreter, which was made by an ISIS infiltrator in the Syrian government forces. And that's very alarming for us Americans because we know very well that the Syrian supposedly government forces are really a front for two major actors in the area. One is Turkey, and the other one is Iran. And we have to understand that these are not antagonistic powers in that area. They are complementary powers. That means they may have their differences, but united under the common goal of eradicating Israel, they work together. So all the rest we hear is lip service. Sorry, I just had to make this little interjection. So people who are not so familiar with and then of course we have the most important for us Orthodox, the minority, who are the Greek Orthodox. They're Arabic speaking. They're the Rum Christians, Romi, we say in Greece. And so we have four ethnicities who are being massacred, and not to mention a small ethnicity of the Aramaic speaking Rum Christians. That's around Malula and Saint Thecla Monastery. And Raphael, after that, you can continue because we really needed to put some perspectives for our viewers.
Thank you very much for this intervention. We have you here for this, yes, because you know the situation. Raphael, I think you agree with the introductory explanation of Jonathan. Raphael, what worries me is the role of Turkey in the area. I'm telling you straight, we have been discussing this, and I would like to know from you, how do you see Turkey's involvement in the region?
I think this whole thing is a Turkish design. The whole intervention in Syria or the civil war or whatever you want to call it, the change of regimes, it was designed and orchestrated by Turkey as their main influencer, I think. And Turkey continues to be, let's say, if Assad was influenced by Iran, Jolani is definitely influenced by Erdogan in Turkey. So they continue to expand on their geopolitical plan, winning Syria now. I think Lebanon is also on the map of the same fate if Turkey has their way. And the reason I'm saying also Lebanon is because we saw a few years ago that a lot of Lebanese Sunnis who were more inclined to the ideology of Erdogan's party, they were given citizenships in Lebanon just by that fact. And I don't know if you remember, we had a period where the Armenians in Lebanon were threatened a lot publicly by these Erdogan sympathizers.
So you're saying that, because I heard also some rumors, you're saying that Turkey is trying to change the ethnic composition by importing Turkish citizens in the region, yes?
It's actually by granting citizenships to non-Turks who sympathize with the ideology. So it's
Yes,
basically me going to Italy and giving citizenships to anyone who would be in my favor.
I understand, but this is something that we know. We know about this strategic.
Well, they've done it in Cyprus. They've done it
Exactly.
in
Thank you.
other areas, and playing the ethnic cleansing game is an old game for Turkish politics. It was inspired by their German overlords. We have the Armenian massacre, the Pontian massacre. I mean, they're old hands at this. They know that if you want to have control of an area, you must remove everybody who's not within your narrative. Let me make a small interjection here again. What's many people don't understand that is that the final end game of the Turkish foreign policy is Mecca, and they have to slowly conquer the various footholds of Islam. The footholds of Islam are the following: number one, Mecca; number two, Cairo. Why? Because there you have the meeting of the fatwa of all the imams from all around the world every 4 years at the university. And that's like the Islamic parliament. Now, the third is the Temple Mount. The Temple Mount, and it's not the Al-Aqsa Mosque, because the Al-Aqsa Mosque is about 200 yards further down. It's a Temple Mount. It's been described as the area where Muhammad or Mahmed, that's a theological question, had his visions in the Quran. The next one is Damascus. The next one is Baghdad. And the next one is Constantinople. So now Turkey controls Constantinople, obviously. Istanbul, they call it, but it's really the same name. They control Damascus. They control the Temple Mount. Partially through their British friends, they control Baghdad. So what's left? Egypt, which was the target of the Arab Spring. And the final jewel in the crown is Mecca. And believe me, they have plenty of allies in this, because the Saud family is a target for many evil players in the Islamic world, and not only, and China, because don't forget, having 1.5 billion people ready to act at your beckoning is a huge political force. So having said that, let's see how Syria plays it. Don't forget, now Turkey controls Damascus, at least theologically.
The question for me is, while this is happening with Turkey, I believe that this has been communicated to the bishop, the Greek community, or anybody, or the Greece foreign ministry, obviously. You have been communicating this, haven't you, Rafael?
I mentioned this back in 2021 when we were invited to the Ministry of Diaspora in Athens. So it's been communicated, and this is a strategy they like Mr. Constantine said here, it's a well-known game. It's not a new game. Turkey has been playing this forever. And this latest move by giving, citizenship to anyone who's on your side of the narrative, um, gains them local power. So basically, they block any outside interference by saying we need to go in and protect our citizens. Uh, and it's been communicated, but I don't know if anyone's acted on it or if it was, so obvious, no one cared for it.
Raphael, I have a question for you. And I feel kind of bad because about this. The only two Greeks who have actually visited Syria in 2025 was Nikos Faradouris and myself. Uh, how in God's name can they have intel when they don't have boots on the ground?
Yeah.
I'd like your
Uh,
opinion. I mean, I think that the Greeks aren't just not are interested. They, they just don't care. It's very sad.
Not the Greeks. The Greek,
Not the Greek people.
the current
The
Greek
Greek
government.
uh,
I would like you to
the
please.
current. I will correct. I stand to be corrected. The current Greek administration seems not to care about anything that's more than 200 kilometers away from Athens.
This is why we are doing this
uh,
to inform people, Rafael. You must understand. And I would like to hear from you. You can speak very openly, very clearly with us. This message must go out there. The people must understand.
just to put a disclaimer, I'm not an expert in geopolitics or politics at all, but to
Nobody says
me,
it.
the way that the Greek government is acting, I think it's a strategic mistake because Turkey, and we all know it, we've seen the mainstream media they are trying now to aim for the Aegean Islands as well. So I believe it was a strategic mistake not to care from the beginning or act or impose some sort of strategy. And I think it will continue to be a huge mistake um, for future geopolitical reasons, such as the Aegean, or I don't know if they plan to take over all of Cyprus. So yeah, I think thank you for having me here, but I think the Greek people need to know this as well and bring it to their politicians.
We will make sure that this information is going where it should be. And because it's me, it's Jonathan, it's other people that have many times warned and said that the Greek or the Hellenic footprint in the region has declined and diminished, and we are put into strong and small borders in the region, even though our roots and our people are all around the Mediterranean, especially in Syria, where we have historically roots. And I believe that this is a big mistake. And Jonathan, would I like to elaborate on that?
Well, it's a little bit like let's talk a little bit of the statistics. Bethlehem, 100,000 Orthodox Arab speaking uh, 20 years ago. The West Bank, let's say the Palestinian Authority took over, less than 10,000 today. Northern Israel, on the other side, on the other hand, 10,000 Greek Orthodox then, 150,000 now. And I think we're demonizing the wrong people. And that's a common trait in Western society, partly due to very heavy Qatari and Turkish propaganda. We have to realize that we have to protect the Christian, the Greek, the Levantine, the Alawite, the Druze, the Kurdish populations in the area. We cannot allow any foreign actor malicious or even semi-malicious to rule that area. And it comes down to one thing: who are the forces in the area that are ready to protect uh, the minorities? Okay, I'm going to be quite frank. I entered Syria with the help of the IDF. When anybody that saw from the minorities the IDF there felt a sigh of relief. They, finally, after years and years and years of waiting, there's somebody actually there to help them. Uh, I'm not going to get into more details because they're classified, but I feel that we have been doing this entirely in the wrong way. We've been trying to cajole and to sweet talk uh, forces in the area who want our eradication. And I'm talking about all the minorities. And I'm talking even within the borders of Israel. And that's something, as Westerners, we have to understand that those are what in Greek is called akritas. They're the bastions, they're the last defense of the Western world. Take, for example, the Kurds. The Kurds are one of the most progressive forces in the area. They don't force women to wear a hijab burqa. Women are free, and here in the West, we're I actually heard the Austrian president the other day suggest that all women should wear hijabs or niqabs in solidarity to Muslim women. Well, I have one thing. Why don't you wear, Mr. President of Austria, burqa for 1 week? And don't throw that onus on other people. You wear the burqa for a week and see how disgusting that is and how demeaning it is to women. So, having said that, because I really had to say that, it's